so good.
Okay.
Good afternoon. My name is Marlene, and I'm reading to you today from the book of Last Stop on Market Street, which is provided to us by the Read Aloud efforts in this county. The book is this Last Stop on Market Street, and it's about a grandma and a grandson, and they're going to take an afternoon walk, and they've gone to church first, and they're coming outside, and CJ is the little boy. CJ pushed through the church doors, skipped down the steps, and outside air smelled just like freedom, but it also smelled like rain, which freckled CJ's shirt and dripped down his nose. He ducked under his Nana's umbrella, saying, "How come we gotta wait for this bus in the rain and get wet?" Well, she said, trees get thirsty too. So water goes down to the ground and the trees drink it up. That's how they get it. Don't you see that big one drinking through a straw? CJ looked for a long time, but he never saw the straw. See there? He's wondering, what in the world? From the bus stop, he watched the water pool on the flower petals, watched the rain patter against the windshield of a nearby car. His friend Colby climbed in the car, gave CJ a wave, and drove off with his dad. "Nana, how come we don't have a car?" There you go. There goes Colby and his friend going with his daddy. "Boy," she said, "what do we need a car for? We got a big bus that breathes fire. And old Mr. Dennis, who always has a trick for you." Here comes the bus. And they're going to get on board the bus. The bus creaked to a stop in front of them, and it sighed and it sagged, and the doors finally opened. "What's this I see?" Mr. Dennis asked. He pulled a coin from CJ's ear, placed it in CJ's palm. Nana laughed her deep laugh and pushed CJ along. They sat right up front. The man across the way was tuning his guitar. An old woman with curlers had butterflies in a jar. Nana gave everyone a great big smile and a good afternoon, and she made sure CJ did the same thing. The bus lurched forward and stopped, lurched forward and stopped. Nana hummed as she knitted. "How come we always gotta go here after church?" he said. "Miguel and Colby never have to go anywhere." "I feel sorry for those boys," Nana said. "They'll never get a chance to meet Bobo and the Sunglass Man. And I hear Trixie got herself a brand new hat." CJ stared out of the window, feeling sorry for himself. He watched the cars zip by on either side, watched a group of boys hop the curbs on their bikes. A man climbed aboard with a spotted dog. CJ gave up his seat for the man. "And how come that man can't see?" he says to Grandma. "Boy, what you don't know about seeing," Nana told him, "some people watch the world with their ears. That's a fact. Their noses too," the man said, sniffing at the air. "That's a mighty fine perfume you're wearing, ma'am, today." Nana squeezed the man's hand and laughed. Two older boys got on next. CJ watched as they moved on by and went to the back. "Sure wish I had one of those things," he said. Nana sat down her knitting. "What for?" And I think he's talking about the man with the guitar that got on the bus. And he says, "What for? You got a real live thing sitting across from you," Nana says. "Why don't you ask the man if he'll play us a song?" To feel, the CJ didn't have to. The guitar was already playing, plucking the strings and beginning to sing. "To feel the magic of music," the blind man whispered. "I like to close my eyes." And Nana closed her eyes too. And so did CJ and the spotted dog. And in the darkness and the rhythm that CJ lifted out of the bus, out of the busy city, he saw sunset colors swirling over crashing waters. He saw a family of hawks flying through the sky. He saw an old woman's butterflies dancing in free in the light of the moon. CJ's chest grew full, and he was lost in the sound, and the sound gave him a feeling of magic. The song ended, and CJ opened his eyes. Everyone on the bus clapped, even the boys in the back. Nana glanced at the coin in CJ's palm that the bus driver had put there. CJ dropped it in the man's hat. That's to show him the appreciation for his music. "Last stop on Market Street," Mr. Dennis called, the bus driver called. CJ looked around as he stepped off the bus. Climbing sidewalks, crumbling sidewalks, and broken down doors, graffiti-tagged windows and boarded-up stores. He reached for Nana's hand. "How come it's always so dirty here?" She smiled and pointed to the sky. "Sometimes, when you're surrounded by dirt, CJ, you're a better witness for what's beautiful." CJ saw the perfect rainbow arching over their soup kitchen. He wondered how his Nana had always found beautiful where he never had even thought to look. He looked all around him again, at the bus rounding the corner out of sight, and the broken street lamps still lit up bright, and the stray cat shadows moving across the wall. When he spotted the familiar faces in the window, he said, "I'm glad we came." And they have come to eat with their friends. He thought his Nana might laugh, her deep laugh, but she didn't. She patted him on the head and told him, "Me too, CJ. Come on now." And that's the end.
Good girl.
That's good.